website bbc.co.uk/saving species. Follow the links to the Open University. Seals on Autumn Watch 2. Next week we could be up a gum tree where marsupials are booming. Until then, goodbye.
Saving Species was presented of the BBC Natural History Unit in association with the Open University. Next this morning here on BBC Radio 4, the actor Toby Jones will look back on the British horror film Peeping Tom, a disturbing tale which had a profound effect on its director. And then at midday, Julian Warwicker would like to hear from you for Call You and Yours.
Today we're examining the rental property market against the backdrop of two sets of figures. Claims that more people are trying to rent than ever before, and claims that the cost of renting is almost as high as it's ever been. In London, it's reached a new record high. So what's your experience of the rental market? Are you renting for the first time, so willingly, or because you can't afford to buy? And if you're a landlord, what's your view of the sector? What might change as a result of recent government announcements? 03700 100 444 is the phone number, or you can email via bbc.co.uk/radio4/you and yours.
Thanks, Julian. Now on BBC Radio 4, the actor Toby Jones marks the 50th anniversary of the notorious British horror film Peeping Tom, examining its controversial storyline and its impact on the careers of two very different film directors, in Tom, Michael and George.
Hello. Can I help? Looking for anything in particular? No? Oh, what a good choice. One of our most popular titles. Beautiful photography. Crystal clear. Every last goose pimple in perfect... No? Oh, you're not keen on beach balls. I can see I'm dealing with something of a connoisseur. Just, come over here. Now, obviously, I can't put everything on the shelves. Never know who may come barging through that door. I do, however, have one or two special items under the counter for discerning customers. Something a little stronger. That's not a problem, is it? You look the broad-minded type. Some people have called it salacious, sadistic, perverted, debased. But you and I know better, don't we? I'm talking about scoptophilia. Oh, don't look so shocked. We all do it, or dream of doing it. Scoptophilia, the morbid urge to gaze. Or, in plain English, to be a peeping Tom. Hello, I'm Toby Jones. For the next half hour, I'll be celebrating the 50th of a truly notorious movie. One which enraged critics, did untold damage to the illustrious career of a cinematic legend, and yet, perversely, was the springboard to stardom for a small-time glamour photographer. This is the story of Tom, Michael, and George.
I think Peeping Tom really is a curiosity. It's a film that tells us a huge amount about the personalities of the people who came together to make it. And it's a film which is an allegory of cinema.
It had a terribly important place in British cinema. And that's why we're still talking about it.
Whether it's entirely to one's taste or not, it was and is a great classic and an original.
The Archers, a byword for thought-provoking, exquisitely crafted drama. Occasionally controversial, but storytelling of the highest order. Obviously, I could only be talking about the world of film, and that enduring partnership that was so joined at the hip, they even shared the one credit. Written, produced and directed by Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger. Hungarian-born Pressburger first worked with Michael Powell on The Spy in Black in 1939, and their arrow unerringly hit centre target throughout the war and beyond, with such titles as The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp, A Canterbury Tale, A Matter of Life and Death, Black Narcissus, and The Red Shoes. Sometimes they towed the propaganda line, sometimes they strayed a little, but Leaving aside the odd brush with Winston Churchill, they provided audiences with a succession of compelling stories that were never less than visually stunning.
They were magical.
Michael Winner.
They were different. There was nobody doing like work like them ever.
And then there was George Harrison Marks. His Soho premises may have lacked the opulence of the many big-name film companies in the neighbourhood, but he and model Pamela Green were in the same business, more or less. Film lecturer Professor Ian Christie.
Soho was synonymous by the 1950s, really, I suppose, with risky magazines. It's important to remember this is a period when, any glimpse of the unclothed figure, male or female, was pretty hard to come by in Britain.
It was the age of the pin-up girl.
Yakil Droopy.
Pamela started her business doing postcard sets. Her boyfriend at the time was George Harrison Marks. And instead of working for other photographers, they decided to put sets together for themselves and sell them direct to newsagents.
Pamela Green.
We used to have 5 pictures, 5 postcards in a cellophane bag, and they'd be in bookshops around Soho, Charing Cross Road. And they used to sell out, and you'd be printing all day.
How much each?
5 shillings each, sir.
Oh, well, I'll have that one. Yeah. Oh, and that. Yeah.
In 1957, the Powell-Pressburger partnership came to an end. It's true that the offers weren't exactly forthcoming, but then neither were the ideas.